doing so the rest of the field. This, I think, is Paula Radcliffe's last big effort to try and win this race.
Brave run by Vaquero, because she had lost touch with the leading five, but worked her way back and then took them on. Coming round with 5 to go. Radcliffe leads, Ribeiro second. .73 seconds, just about 74 again.
Well, that 2.5 for that 800 metres, that's the fastest 800 metres of the whole race, and they're doing it with 5 laps to go. So now they really have turned this 10,000 metre race into a test of strength and endurance. Paula Radcliffe bravely now. It's very difficult to do this. It's easy to talk about it with your coach beforehand, but when you come out into the arena, and when it's a humid evening like it is tonight, and like the best laid plans sometimes go out of the window with tiredness and lack of nerve, but at least Paula Radcliffe is now trying to do what she's said she was going to do. She said, I've got a talent for being able to hurt myself in a race, and in doing so I hope I can hurt the others more than I'm hurting myself. And they're coming around the top bend with Ribeiro tracking every move that Paula Radcliffe's made. In third place, Vaquero still there, and then Lydia Simon, and running what I would call a quiet race so far, realizing that she's coming within her own territory, is Sonia O'Sullivan in 5th place.
This time the lap marker will show 4 to go. Radcliffe committed. Can she sustain the effort? She's got to try and break away. See the lap time? 74.2.
Well, she's just got to keep it going, and she's now got to lift herself again. 4 laps to go. These athletes train on the track. They run 4 laps in repetitions, so they're used to being tired and still only having 4 laps to go. And Paula is in a very difficult position now. She's out in the lead. First time she's been in a position to try and win a medal in a major championship. She's in the lead, she's doing everything she can. Psychologically, the advantage is tipping towards the followers, towards Ribeiro, right behind her, the European champion. Sonia O'Sullivan, for the first time, moving closer into 3rd place, because she expects Paula Radcliffe to do something like this, but she also expects Fernando Ribeiro to do something with more than 1 lap to go. So Sonia in 3rd place is running a great race here and doing everything absolutely right. The double cross-country champion. In front of her, the world champion and Olympic champion, and Paula Radcliffe, twice runner-up in the World Cross Country Championships. And can she make this her first ever medal on the track?
Well, O'Sullivan looking full of confidence. She looks to be very, very, very easy indeed. And of course, a boost to her confidence will be the fact that she beat Radcliffe in the World Cross Country Championship and beat her in the closing stages, went right away from her.
That's right, she knows she's got that ability to beat Radcliffe in the later stages, but Paula Radcliffe just allowed that lap to slow a little. I can tell she's suffering, but it's a very hard way to win a major title over 10,000 meters, to do it from the front. You can see she's working for it. You know, the thing about Paula is she'll always give 100%, and you can tell she's doing it. She's setting out a race plan beforehand. She's attempting to do it, but she's got some real talent behind her. She's got 2 world champions behind her. Then she's got Simon. Yevtich is moving back. Vaquero beginning to struggle now. Paula Radcliffe run 3:06 for that kilometre. Well, that's been the fastest one so far, but Paula Radcliffe hasn't hurt them enough, hasn't lifted the pace and held it constant at a raised tempo for long enough. And now I sense that the 2 of them, Ribeiro and O'Sullivan, and you can see that Sonia O'Sullivan has actually got Ribeiro in mind rather than Paula Radcliffe.
Radcliffe working so hard. She's full of courage. The miles she covers in training, well, the mind boggles. 2 laps to go. Radcliffe leads. Ribeiro second. O'Sullivan third. Simon fourth. Yevtich in 5th place.
Well, Sonia O'Sullivan there, just moving nicely now, well within her territory. 800 meters to go. She's tracking Ribeiro as she has done all the way. And one thing about Paula Radcliffe, she's run a brave race here, but I'm getting a little nervous that she's got enough left to hang on to a position for a medal. You wouldn't say she was a favourite to win a gold now. There's too much talent stacked up behind her. But I'm hoping that Lydia Simon, who's in 4th place there, hasn't got the kind of finish that we know Paula lacks. And there's still 600 meters to go, and Paula Radcliffe is still testing them, but she hasn't done enough. She hasn't hurt them sufficiently, and there's too much talent loaded behind her.
Well, the question is now, will she get a medal? And if so, what colour? But she's working so hard as she comes towards the bell, but she can't get rid of them. They're now down to 5. Vaquero's off the pace. 400 metres left. Radcliffe leads, Ribeiro second, O'Sullivan third, Simon 4, Jevtic, the reigning European under-23 10,000 metre champion, in 5th place. And the attack's on now. Ribeiro, the defending champion from Portugal, followed by Sonia O'Sullivan. Radcliffe in 3rd place, and Simon's looking very strong, and so too Jevtic. The medal's being sorted out now with 200 to go. Radcliffe's been so courageous in this race, but will she end up with a medal at all? There goes O'Sullivan, and in 2 or 3 strides it's all over. O'Sullivan knew the race was there, knew the gold medal was there, and she powered away very, very easily. The slow race suited her. O'Sullivan takes gold for Ireland. Ribeiro was the silver. Simon the bronze. Jevtic in 4th place. And Paula Radcliffe, well, so courageous, but still not able to do it on a night like this, in 5th place.
Well, what a great race by Sonia O'Sullivan there. She's thrilled about that. 2 world cross-country titles earlier in the year. An indifferent approach to this race, but a training under the guidance of Alan Storey back in London, who will now be jumping out of the seat and rushing to the fridge for a couple of cans, and he deserves it, and Sonia will deserve it when she gets back. But that race went absolutely according to every plan that Sonia O'Sullivan could have conceived. Her speed over the last 200 metres is incredible. Her performance there today, look at that gap she's got between her and the others. She's done that in 200 metres, and that's the difference between a thoroughbred sprinter and some of the stronger women of distance running. I'm absolutely delighted for Sonia. She's answered all her critics 3 times this year, twice European champion, the greatest athlete Ireland have ever produced. What a performance by Sonia O'Sullivan, and she probably can't believe the way the race was run. Everything she would have expected happened for her tonight. What a performance, what a great race by Sonia, and they'll be jumping up and down in Ireland tonight.
Winning time 31:29.34, unimportant. She's now the champion of Europe in a season which has been magnificent for her. Radcliffe doesn't want to leave the arena like this, but they are insisting. Oh, she's persuaded them. A fine, fine effort, but the wrong night. O'Sullivan, well, there's plenty of Irish support here. What a season she's having. Course of 2 days in Morocco, she won 2 world cross-country titles, and now the European Championship.
And she's waving the flag there with delight. The supporters always come here, and as the race goes on, you could see them in front of us. The flags came out of the bags and they started waving them around. She sometimes gets criticised in Ireland. I don't exactly know why, but Sonia O'Sullivan has now won 2 European titles. She's won 3 world titles, and she's clearly the greatest athlete Ireland have ever had.
Paula Radcliffe's time, unofficially, 31 minutes 36.5. But I don't think she's any reason to be disappointed with the race. This night, it was not possible for her in these conditions.
Well, the conditions were difficult. Ribeiro was taken by surprise, the world champion, the Olympic champion, the reigning European champion. But we said earlier she'd had an interrupted season. But look at that. This is Sonia O'Sullivan coming around the top bend, and they're still in contention with her. And then when we saw the finish, she was about 30 or 40 meters away. She finished like a sprinter. Well, she is a sprinter. She started off as a 1,500 meter runner. She's won titles at 3,000 meters in the European. She's won titles 5,000 meters in the World Championship. She's won 10,000 meter title in the on the track here in the European Championship. She's won cross-country titles over 2 distances, and eventually I'm sure she'll run a marathon, and that will be something to watch too.
Paula Radcliffe, they know her so well, and they knew that in a slow race with a fast finish they could do it, and they've done it too. O'Sullivan the gold medal, Ribeiro the silver, Seaman the bronze.
Great win for Sonia O'Sullivan, her first.
All doing the same thing.